So I'm Bonnie Griffin and I'm a curator for natural history at Bristol Museum and Art Gallery. He's one of my absolute favourite specimens. He has a whole life history behind him. He's a real character, he's a real survivor, and I think he tells a story not only of Bristol but of this species of rhinoceros as well. He's quite a large mount of a Sumatran rhinoceros. He's quite dark in colour. You can see a lot of the texture on his skin, and if you look closely you'll see his sort of hairy legs. So taxidermy is quite a strange thing. We often get the question, is it real? And of course it's the real skin of the animal. So it's the real skin of the rhinoceros stretched over a base usually made of wood and plaster and wood wool wrapping, so that he is sort of stuffed, as it were. The glass eyes will be specially made for him, and his ears are made out of paper because they were burnt during the war, so those are paper reconstructions. We have Jackson's capture notes for when he was alive. So he was captured in Myanmar in Burma in 1884, and he was described as being a baby rhinoceros, all pink and woolly, and Sumatran rhinos usually have a lot of fur on them, and you can still see a little bit on Jackson's legs. His mother ran off into the ocean as she was being chased by the captors, and so she swam off and he was left behind as a little baby, probably maybe 4 years old, they would have estimated. He came to London Zoo. He was sold to a trader to London Zoo in 1886. And he was one of the longest living rhinos in captivity at that time, which was amazing because they had very little knowledge on how to keep rhinos. He caused a sensation with his furry ears, and the Latin name of this animal does mean hairy ears, laosis. So yes, he had these kind of sensational hairy ears, which you can see now he doesn't have any hair on them at all. And that's because Jackson was originally displayed in what is now Brown's restaurant over the road. So that used to be the Natural History Museum. And in 1940, the Bristol Blitz, a direct hit to the Natural History Museum. We lost hundreds and hundreds of specimens, and unfortunately Jackson was burnt in the bombing. So if you look at his taxidermy mount, you'll see that he's quite dark and black. He's been painted over, and all of his hair unfortunately was burnt away. So poor old Jackson. But yeah, he still survived, and he's still with us today, and sadly his subspecies of rhinoceros is extinct. There are similar looking rhinos. There are other Sumatran rhinos out there. Maybe about 200 left spread out over Asia, so they are endangered species too. But that's kind of what makes Jackson special, is that he's he's like a last representative, like an ambassador for his species that we can still look at and study today. I suppose one cool thing is that you can still find photographs of Jackson when he was alive, living in London Zoo in the 1800s. So that's quite cool to see him when he was alive, moving around, taking a mud bath and enjoying himself.